Good evening. Welcome to another edition of the 411 Talk Zone radio show right here on YouTube. My name is Leon Jones, and this evening I'm going to get right back to the scam series again, and I'm going to talk about Cash App. Now, I did a video a while ago on Cash App because you have these, I call them cash transaction applications that you can link to your bank account. You can have people send you money. It's better and more efficient if used right than the old uh, Western Union system. And there were other systems out there. I mean, Western Union, you used to have to pay a certain amount of money to send money, but you don't have to do that with Cash App. Now, the problem I have with Cash App, and I hear it a lot on YouTube, a lot of these YouTubers, there's nothing wrong with donations, but some of them sound like preachers. Now, of course, there's nothing wrong with utilizing Cash App for your channel, but some people sound like they are actually begging for money. And again, this is not a slap to anybody's channels. And this is not even about YouTube, but I'm just using what goes on with the Cash App application. Now, in this video, of course, I'm going to title it Uses of Cash App to Defraud Tenants Out of Money. And I'm also going to show you a video, and this is from Memphis, Tennessee. Now, again, I don't have a problem with the use of Cash App. You want to make donations, that's fine. But I think a lot of us go overboard with Cash Apps, and must remember, if you're going to use Cash App for a business, make a certain amount of money. You better understand the tax laws because they will come after you because businesses have to pay taxes. Well, this one young lady said she didn't know anything about taxes. Well, apparently you did. And this is why you don't want to do business with anybody that's cash business. Now, what she did not understand is transactions, particularly if you have your bank account linked to Cash App, they can find out where the money went. Now, I'm going to get into an article, but first, I'm going to take a request from a YouTuber, and she wanted me to do this, and I'm just going to do my overview of the so-called drizzle. I think it's a very, very immature method that a number of these men are using. And now I know what they're doing, but I've already told you that most women are petulant children. They make a lot of these demands that they can't back up themselves. You know, when you say a man's got to have X amount of money, listen, I've always said, and you can go back to my videos and look at my dating rules. If a woman is outrageous with demands, you don't date her. I mean, this sprinkle, it's all bullshit. It is. A number of these women are used up. They're asking for a lot. Heck, if that man took advantage of you before, that's your fault. I don't sympathize, and neither do I sympathize for a woman taking advantage of a man. But when I hear sprinkle, drizzle, I know why the guys are doing it. They're doing it to put a mirror up to a woman's face, to these women's faces, the modern women, to show how stupid they are, and they are stupid. They're asking for something that they can't deliver. And that sprinkle is a scam too. Now, of course, The only guys that are going to fall for sprinkle, sprinkle are simps until they get upset and then they want to find her missing somewhere. Because, you know, you mess with these simps too much. These simps, it's going to be a while before you find that person. They're going to be on a missing person report for a long time because simps are crazy. I'm telling you. So again, my overview of the drizzle, it's already fading out. I don't hear much of it anymore. It even got to Fox News, and you get some of the ladies on Fox News saying that these women, I mean, these men want mamas. No, these women are very selfish. They're looking for handouts from men, and men are just putting a mirror up to a number of these women's faces to show women how stupid they are for demanding something that they can't deliver themselves. And social media has diluted a number of people. If we didn't have social media and people were in the real world, you wouldn't hear any of this. And bottom line, this is why I say social media is a scam as well. And the funny thing about the drizzle, it's not a movement. It's gotten over into the white community. And it came from the black community. It came from a black woman who wrote a book. I believe her name is Shira Seven. She has an African American husband. Bottom line, she's probably using it to sell a book. Did anybody think about that? People use all kinds of monikers to sell books. That's why you have to be careful. Don't allow yourself to be scammed. Don't get your feelings involved with anything. Because, again, you all cashapping her, particularly you women, listening to her advice, you're going to get scammed. But that's my take on it. I think it's all bullshit and immature. Have individuals that really aren't interested in dating because they don't have any social skills in the first place because they hide behind the internet all day. And this has been going on since 2020. Had we not had the Rona, you wouldn't even see half of these YouTubers up here. You wouldn't. And that's why YouTube is diluted with nothing but relationship content. You have single people trying to give relationship advice, and they don't even have relationships, or they have failed relationships. And that's why they're single, because they don't know how to be in a relationship. And I'm talking about men and women. And that's my take on it. And that's it. Now let's get back to the scam series. Again, have to be careful when you're using Cashapp. Now I'm going to share my screen, and I'm going to go into a little article, and then I'm going to play a video for you once I go into the article. All right, from Memphis, Tennessee, a woman who allegedly scammed tenants out of their rent payments may have been at it for a long time, says one of her victims. She tried to warn police years ago. WREG, which is a television station in Memphis, Tennessee, told you about Erica Norris in January. The former leasing office worker at a Hickory Hill apartment complex is charged with theft of property. And here's what it is. Former leasing office employee is accused of stealing rent money. Nakima Cook says Norris scammed her too, not out of rent money, but a tax refund back in 2018. Cook says Norris is no stranger. She is almost like family and even lived with her for a while. She says at the time, Norris was working for a tax company and told her she could get a tax loan to help her get a car. And I told you about these tax scams a while back. You need to go check that video out, especially if you got a refund. And around this time, individuals are going to use and they're going to defraud people of their tax money. And once they do it, you'll never see them again. Now, Cook says she got the tax loan, but when it got to her, it wasn't the full 7,500 she was promised. Instead of being deposited in her bank account, she said Erica Norris bought her a gift card with 3,500 on it. What did I tell you about a lot of these scams? A lot of them, you're going to get gift cards. So what happened to the other 4,000? She pocketed it and left. So again, Erica was asked about the missing money. So she said, well, they said I got it in the mail. She said they were doing an amendment. Again, I don't know anything about how it goes doing taxes and stuff with it, but I know I never heard of that, Cook said. Cook says the other 3,500 never came and soon Norris disappeared. Well, she took the money and ran. That's what she did. And here's a picture of her. Now, when I got home, Erica had started moving her things out. I didn't see her for a few days. I was calling her, no answer. So I started to get in touch with the IRS myself to see what's going on, Cook said. IRS told her that the tax refund money had been sent to Norris. Again, got scammed out of the last bit of tax money. This is what I tell you. You give your information out, individuals are going to steal your money and you will never see them again. Come to find out, they had to give me the date on when the taxes had dropped, and it was the full 7,500 that had dropped. But she had got it, set it to her own account. Cook said she went and put half on a green dot card, which was the card that she gave me. Cook went to the police, but says she was told to go back to the IRS. That's because there's no paper trail. They couldn't do anything about it because you have to be able to prove it. The IRS said she couldn't get her money back until the police finished her investigation and gave her the paperwork. And the police aren't going to do too much about that because they're too busy doing other things that are important to them. Notice what I said are important to them. Now, the police departments just pretty much shoved me out of the way and they kept saying, we'll get in contact with you. Well, that was back in 2018. This is 2024, so it's 6 years. So it's been 6 years since the incident, and she hasn't heard anything yet. Now, Cook said she was shocked when she went on Facebook and saw tons of complaints about Erica Norris and tenants' rent payments. Again, other people, they were making the comments saying, I can't believe Erica did this to me. I can't believe that she did this to me or whatever. She was just going around taking taxes. Tanya Clay was a victim as well after she sent Norris hundreds of dollars as a down payment for an apartment at Lakes on Ridgeway last spring. What happened to the sisterhood? These are sisters scamming other sisters. I can see them doing it to the men when they get mad, but they're scamming other sisters. There's no sisterly love with the African American woman. There isn't. Unless there's a man involved. They're about themselves. And this is what you're seeing right now. Back to the lecture in hand. I sent her $400 on Cashapp. Then I sent her a $40 fee. Then I think my daughter ended up sending her $250. So in all, she got $1,000 to $1,200. $1,000 to $1,200. Wow. I mean, the word dumb is written all over this woman's face. Again, Clay admits she would have never used Cash App for making a down payment, but she trusted Norris since she had known her from grade school. Norris has also done her taxes. Well, bottom line, you may have trusted her then when she wasn't on her own, when she was living with her parents, and her parents were giving everything to her like they did you. But now, individuals in survival mode, it's a dog eat dog world out here. You just got scammed. Back to lecture. I didn't know she was out here scamming and taking people's money. People close to her, the new manager at Lakes of Ridgeway, says she didn't know Erica Norris, but did hear about the people sending her rent money thinking she worked at the complex. The managers at a Cordova apartment complex for the same thing. And remember getting calls about an Erica who said, and they said she didn't work there. They said about 5 people in 1 week told them they were checking in on their application and paid their deposit through Cashapp, but the apartment manager didn't have anything in the system. WREG found police documents where investigators say they had received reports against Norris for scamming people by having them send rental payments to her via Cash App. Cook said she thinks if the Memphis Police Department had followed up on her case, other people might have not been in the situation. It asked police about the latest charges on Erica Norris. It directed us to the district attorney's office where they said they are pursuing charges. Erica Norris was in court Thursday on theft of property charges. She is scheduled to appear back in court on January 1st. Those who say they fell for her alleged scams are hoping for justice, hoping that they give her some type of time, Cook said. Give her some time to actually sit down and think about what she's done and the families she has hurt. Now, again, I've always said Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, they're good until they fall into the wrong hands. Now, looking at everything, this person was acting as she worked at the apartment complex. So first of all, if you're going to do rent, here's how I pay my rent. Go through the portal. We don't go through, and I don't pay rent through a Cash App. That's the wrong way to pay it. You go through the portal, you get a confirmation number, your rent is paid. And anything that happens after that, all on the complex there. Here's the situation. The individual got very impulsive, reactive. Now, I've always told you there's some indicators that it's a scam. Number one, the tax refund. When you pay somebody to do your taxes, and what happened was she probably had the tax money going to Erica Norris's account. And then what Erica Norris did was give her part of the money on a gift card. So number one, that should already put a light bulb in your head. Gift cards are generally scams. Number two, was this person licensed to do your taxes? Where was she doing the taxes? And then number three, okay, there are a number of individuals who believe this Erica Norris scammed them. Okay, here's the issue. It's out in the media. Well, they have this person in court now. It's already May 1st. Now, this happened back in January 1st, 2024. And we're already in May 1st, 2024. And she went to court last month. Went to court last month about this. Now, what's going to happen? Well, it's got to be some proof. And here's the thing about Cash App. For the most part, and I know I made mistakes too. That's why I don't send Cash Apps. When I wanted to donate to some YouTubers, generally, once you send that Cash App money out, you have to wait. If you sent it out in error, you have to wait till that other person sends it back. Let me tell you something. They're not going to do it. That's the scam too. You send it to the wrong person, you're not getting that money back. They got free money on their hands, especially if They have their bank account linked to Cashapp. Now, again, I'm not knocking Cashapp. I'm not knocking Venmo, and I'm not knocking PayPal. It's the people who are using these services. And I always will tell you this. When you see something that's too good to be true, and that's just what happened during this video. Saw something too good to be true. Now, I'm going to go ahead and play the video in this newscast. And in this newscast, will probably give you a much better insight, or give you an overall insight on what I just told you, because you really need to hear this for yourself. Really need to hear this for yourself, because this is some crazy stuff that's always happening. Fair use.
There's nothing more powerful than you making your thing happen. Really going for it.
WREG first told you about Erica Norris in January.
A former leasing office worker at a Hickory Hill apartment complex is facing charges tonight after police say she scammed some tenants out of their rent money.
Nakima Cook says Norris scammed her too, not out of rent money, but a tax refund back in 2018.
Girl, I still want my money.
And Cook says Norris is no stranger. She's almost like family, and even lived with her for a while. She says at the time, Norris was working for a tax company and told her she could get a tax loan to help her get a car.
She said, well, just come to the office tomorrow and go ahead and file your taxes, and then that way you could try to qualify for the tax loan so that you could try to get you some transportation.
Cook says she got the tax loan, but when it got to her, it wasn't the full $7,500 she was promised. And instead of being deposited in her bank account, she says Erica Norris brought her a gift card.
So I'm like, okay, Erica, if my taxes was $7,500, then I'm only have $3,500 on there. So she said, well, she said, I got it in my email. She said they was doing an amendment. Again, I don't know anything about how it goes doing taxes and stuff or whatever, but I know I never had heard of that.
Cook says the other $3,500 never came, and soon Norris disappeared.
When I got home, Erica had started moving her things out. I didn't see her for a few days. I was calling her, no answer. So I started getting in touch with the IRS myself to see what was going on. Come to find out, they had gave me the date on when the taxes had dropped, and it was.
I'm going to say this before I go on. And as a brother myself, when you see the blue hair and you already see the track up there, don't get on camera. This person looks a hot mess. Who's going to believe her? Look at the shirt she's got on. Look like an older woman, look like a hot mess. Didn't know anything about money. And I don't care what race you are. When you present yourself in a way that's not formidable, you're not going to be believable. Fair use. Let's continue.
It was the full $7,500 that had dropped, but she had got it set to her own account. So she went and put half on a Green Dot card, which was the card that she gave me.
Cook went to police, but says she was told to go back to the IRS. The IRS said she couldn't get her money back until police finished their investigation and gave her the paperwork.
The police department just pretty much just shoved me out the way, and they kept saying, well, we'll get in contact with you. It's been 5 years. I still have not heard anything.
Cook says she was shocked when she went to Facebook and saw tons of complaints about Erica Norris and tenants' rent payments.
Other people was making comments saying, I can't believe Erica did this to me. I can't believe she did this to me or whatever. She was just going around taking taxes.
Tanya Clay says she was a victim too after she sent Norris hundreds of dollars as a down payment for an apartment at Lakes on Ridgeway last spring.
I sent her $400 on Cashapp, then I sent her a $40 fee. Then I think my daughter ended up sending her like $250. So rightfully in all, I think she got me for like $1,000, $1,200 and something. What she got me for.
Clay admits she would have never used Cashapp for making a down payment, but she trusted Erica Norris since she had known her from grade school, and Norris had also done her taxes.
I didn't know she was out here scamming and taking people money, people close to her and things like that.
The new manager at Lake of Ridgeway says she didn't know Erica Norris, but did hear about the people sending her rent money, thinking she worked at the complex. The managers at a Cordova apartment complex heard the same and remember getting calls about Erica, who they say didn't work there.
People were like checking in on my application. They would give us their name. And we're like, we don't have you in the system. And they're like, well, I paid my deposit through Cashapp, through your regional. And I think it was her, but it was like 5 people within 1 week that were calling.
I felt like if Memphis Police Department had acted on it when I came to them, then nobody else would have been in that situation.
We found several documents where investigators say they have multiple reports about Erica Norris scamming people by having them send rental money to her Cash App.
We asked police about the latest charges on Erica Norris. They directed us to the district attorney's office, where they said they are pursuing charges. Erica Norris will be in court March 7th on theft of property charges. Those who say they fell for her alleged scams are hoping for justice.
So I'm hoping that they at least give her some type of time, give her some time to actually sit down and think about what she's done and the family that she's hurt.
April Thompson, WREG News Channel 3.
So they're gonna give her some time, all right. If they catch her, she's probably gone. And this is what I've always said. You get scammed when you're not proactive, when you act on impulse, however. Got to be proactive about these scammers out there. I don't know how many times I can say this. Gift cards. Anything that sounds too good to be true. I'm gonna repeat this over and over and over again. That's what makes a scam serious so true. And I shout out to my sweet chocolate, Tommy Jean. TJ sent me this, and I had to do this because, well, that Cash App, better watch your Cash Apps, and you better make sure when you're sending money via Cash App to individuals on YouTube, make sure it's the right person. Because if you send it to the wrong people, they got your money, you'll never get it back. And I know there was one brother, he said he already had $5,000 stolen from him via Cash App. Now I'm gonna put another video on, and this is a different scam. But
now in just one station, a store employee conned out of cash by a clever criminal customer. Police say that woman asked to use the phone.
And when a worker gave her his cell, she was caught on camera dialing up trouble. The night team Sheldon Fox is live in North Miami with the exclusive. Sheldon.
Smartphone swindle, Joe and Belkis. It's what happened in Northeast Miami-Dade last week, and it is all caught on camera.
Look out.
I gave her my phone.
A fraudster's on the phone. It's what those who work and operate Talk for Less say happened here last week when this woman arrived.
She came right through this door and made her way over to the front counter. She came in looking for help and with a story about needing to text her mother. She would then meet her victim, the employee of the store, who was just trying to help her out.
Showed me that she was texting her mother.
The employee telling us about how he got duped on the job didn't want to show his face, but he wants his story out there as a warning to others. After a few minutes of letting this woman use his phone,
she gave me back my phone and left.
Thank you. Thinking nothing of it, the employee who helps people with phone issues for a living was just trying to be nice. But when he checked his email moments later,
a payment of $1,100 was sent to somebody on Cash App.
He says she got into his app and quickly sent away his money.
No! I lose it because I just could not believe that happened here.
Dexter Lubin owns the cell phone store and flipped his lid in frustration over fraud committed in his shop.
She also asked if we take Cash App.
Yeah, I take Cash App. Hello. How's it going?
Police were called.
You guys fix this?
The first thing this Miami-Dade officer did was ask if they could fix his watch. No surveillance was viewed or collected during their visit, Lubin told us. A report was filed, and the department says it's investigating the theft, which is a common one.
It all happened so fast.
Last week, 7 News reported on this woman and others in Miami Beach who handed over their phones to help a stranger, only to get swindled via transferring apps like Venmo and Cashapp.
You don't think these things are going to happen until they happen to you.
I try to help somebody out, and they took advantage. You know, it's not a great feeling.
He was taken from all right. Get a look at this woman. Police are trying to find her. This happened at Talk for Less, 6th Avenue off 165th Street Northeast. Anybody with information, urged to pick up the phone right away and call Crime Stoppers. You can collect cash and do it the legal way for the right anonymous tip. We're live in North Miami. Sheldon Fox, 7 News 19.
All right, Sheldon.
Again, you saw 2 cases with Cashapp. Now, again, I'm not faulting Cashapp. I'm faulting people for not being aware of the situations. Just because they look like me or look like you or look different from me or look different from you, you must understand. Cashapp is a way that people can swindle money out of you. First of all, the brother should not have handed over his phone. Talk for Less. So shout out to the brother who owns Talk for Less. It's like a hood phone store, but nevertheless, he owns it. Probably got second-rate phones, probably got brand new phones. But the bottom line is, you can't be nice to people. You can't be nice to people. And unfortunately, I hate to see this. It's folks that look like me, black folk, taking from one another. Now, white folk take from one another too. People in general take from one another because either they're lazy or they're trying to survive. The bottom line is, innocent people get hurt with all of this that is going down. And it is very, very, very essential that you exercise yourselves with caution, especially when you're utilizing Cash App, Venmo, or PayPal. I've even had emails. Got to check your emails out. Because one thing about these scams, they all blend together. I had an email again about a package that I didn't even order. But see, what they want you to do is click on that link. Well, that's exactly what they want you to do when it comes to Cash App. They ask you to Cash App something, you better run for the hills. And bottom line, businesses out there, I don't think you should accept any Cash App. I think you should accept a debit card, a credit card. Because you have too many people misusing Cash App, and there's no protection for Cash App. Yeah, you can call somebody up, but how often are they going to look into the situation? Cash App is just what it is. It's an app where you transfer cash. Let me tell you, Cash App has gotten big. There are people here on YouTube. I was listening to one video the other day. This guy said he had spent $1,000 to get somebody kicked off of a panel. Is that nuts or what? $1,000 bucks. Because he didn't like what somebody said on the panel. But this is what's happening out here. And not only is Cash App becoming a big scam, but people are losing out by throwing their money away. It's an easy way to make transactions. Now, whoever came up with the app, they were very, very clever. But again, if people stop being criminals with cybersecurity, credit card fraud, you won't even hear me. But see, when individuals are being nonchalant with their scams, then you're going to hear a lot of me. You're going to give me more content. Because I want to make people aware that these scams happen because individuals act on impulse. And bottom line, it is hurtful when we get scammed. It is. Somebody is always trying to get what we work hard for. We have to do a better job at protecting ourselves. We have to be careful with who we allow in our lives. And that even goes for the people that are supposed to love you. Can't trust your family. Can't trust that person that's sleeping next to you. They all got agendas. And when it comes to money, money will break up anything. There's a quick way to get money. People will do anything to get a dollar. They'll sell their soul. They'll sell their kids. Get a dollar. Cashapp is no different. This person found a clever way to steal $1,100 from an innocent person. And that Caucasian lady had $1,200 stolen. I had to report on this because it's happening time and time and time again. And I'd already done a video on Cashapp before, but this one was different. I mean, for rent, let me tell you all, and I'm a renter myself, and I love being a renter. I don't care about owning a house or anything. I'm pretty transient. Lasting a place for 6 years, I'm ready to go somewhere else. Pay your rent on your apartment company's portal. Don't utilize Cashapp. Cashapp doesn't have a paper trail unless it's linked to your bank. Then that's different. But outside of that, Cashapp doesn't have any type of paper trail. So when your money is gone, it's gone. And again, when you hear the word gift card, when you hear the word tax refund, that person doing your taxes, I don't care how close they are. Again, you see how close this person was? People out there trusted him. People have motives today. Not like they didn't have motives in the past. But people with all this technology have gotten clever. Now, the second stance that happened, they got this person on camera already. She's going to end up getting caught. And you know, $1,100, anything over $500, I believe, is larceny, grand larceny. Bottom line, I'm just going to continue putting these videos out on these scams. Watch your back. You can't trust people around you. When you go out and make money, some people don't make a lot of money. But when you see something that's too good to be true, look at it very carefully. Because it's not always what you think. It's like a mirage, an illusion. Because in the end, individuals trying to take what you earn for themselves. And why? Because number one, they want the money for themselves without working hard for it. Want to get it the easy way. Or they want to make sure that they can get money from you, the next person, next person, because once they get comfortable and their confidence rises, some people want to be overnight millionaires. Problem is, these individuals, good criminals, you can't find them. These two, they may get caught because they're all over the place. That's the problem. And I said this a long time ago. For you all that are trying to be criminals out there, don't be a criminal. Please don't be a criminal. You're not good at it. Because once you get caught, you lose your freedom. And now, when you are all over social media, you're all over mainstream media, that day is coming. It's called D-Day. You'll lose your freedom. But in the end, if you're a victim of being scammed, call your local authorities. But better yet, don't allow yourself to be scammed. I don't care how much this person means to you, got to say no sometimes. Let me tell you something. It's not a secret, but people want to deny it. It's the individuals that are really close to you. They're the biggest scammers. Why? Because they can shame you when you say no to them. See, it's like that cat, a stray cat. You put a bowl of milk out for that stray cat's going to be at your door every day. But the minute that milk isn't there, the cat's going to have a fit. That's why people end up being scammed as well, because it can start off with the people that are close to you, because you trust them too much. Bobby Womack had a song out a long time ago. If you trust me too much. Well, that song was about him going after his boy's woman. And they were tight. So we don't want to talk about the people who are supposed to be in your circle doing the scams. Certainly, I put out individuals on the phone calls, with the text messages, with emails that we don't know. A lot of your scammers are the ones you do know. Take my suggestion on this. Watch out for everyone. Because in the end, people that love you the most, they will scam you the most. Why? Because they love you. They love you so much, they think they're entitled to what you got. And in the end, scammer's a scammer, no matter what. So if you want to prevent yourself from being scammed, don't be naive, especially with your money. Work too hard for it, but send it out. What happens? These scams accumulate billions and billions of dollars that are gone. Technology is wonderful, but the criminal has gotten their hands on the technology and are utilizing it to scam you. And in the end, continue watching this channel, because I will give you the information on where the scams are and how not to be scammed. Because in the end, you live once. Make sure you make the right decisions when it comes to your finances. Because once they're gone, they are gone. And that's my commentary for this edition of the 411 Talk Zone radio show right here on YouTube. If you like what I just presented, please comment, share, and subscribe. And just about every Thursday, I do a STEM video. So I'll be on tomorrow on my other channel. On that channel, you get a daily dose of science, technology, engineering, and math. And once I finish recording my YouTube videos, these same videos from the 401 Talk Zone radio show channel and the QCIS channel get posted on my Twitter page. Now, for the QCIS channel, since it is an educational channel, I also post that channel on my LinkedIn page. And in the end, I always say this: be blessed for what you have. Don't worry about what you don't have. Know that the sun always rises in the east, sets in the west. And if it doesn't apply, let it fly. But if the shoe fits, wear it. If you don't like the shoe, change it. Thank you for listening to this edition of 411 Talk Zone radio show on YouTube. Till next time, my name is Leon Jones. You all have a wonderful, gracious evening. God bless you. I'm out.